canning green beans today, so I'm pretty excited about that, and I thought I would make a video to show you, kind of walk you through the process. It'll be my first time as well, so we'll just hang out and do it together. But first we have to go pick up the green beans. Unfortunately, we did not get a garden started this year. We had bitten off more than we could chew with the chickens. We did meat chickens this year, and it was a really good experience, but it was too much to do that, and laying hens and the garden, and we're building a garage as well, so just too many things going all at once. And so anyway, long story short, we didn't get a garden this year, so we are depending on some local Amish families and friends, and just what we can get at farmers markets and things like that. So this morning we're going to a local Amish family's house to pick up green beans. They're going to sell a bushel of them to us for $20, and we're going to bring them home and can them. And I thought it would be fun to bring you along for that, so stick around. Okay, I'll be right there. You want to say hi? Way to pick up our green beans from the local Amish. And I just wanted to say really quick about how some of the best ways that you can get things that you can't do yourself is from your local community. And we are fortunate enough to live in an area where there are a lot of Amish families, and there's also a lot of small farmers and just people trying to grow their own food and be self-sustaining. And so we're pretty blessed in that area, and I just wanted to say, if you can get out in your community and try to find places where you can buy these things locally, it's so much better. It's better for you, it's better for your budget, because we're paying $20 for a bushel of green beans that will get us half of what we need to can for the year, and we'll easily be able to go back and get more, and they're so willing to share. And at a grocery store, you just can't even compare to that price. It's a lesser quality product. It's a lot more expensive. It's in an aluminum can. This is just so much better. So we are about halfway there, and I will pick back up whenever we have the green beans and show you where we go from there. From the Amish, and we found a few other goodies while we were there. We have some cabbage and sweet onions that were grown without any chemicals or sprays or anything like that, that they had extra from their garden. All together we got these things, and then a bushel of green beans, which ended up being 2 pretty good sized boxes of green beans, and all of it was less than $30, so that's pretty awesome. I'm pretty happy with this. And you just can't beat that. So we'll start snapping them. I'm going to get this baby down to bed, and then we'll take over from there. Elizabeth here. She's going to go down for a night-night, aren't you? You're going to go down for a night-night while Mommy picks beans?
Yeah.
Picks beans. Snaps beans. Can you say night-night? Say night-night. Yeah. Give a kiss. Give a kiss. Mwah. All right. Let's get you snuggled in bed. Oh, goodness. Say night-night. Night-night.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. Open the beans. It's taken us about an hour and a half to get to this point, and the bowl was full, so we brought them to the sink, and the girls are working on the other half while I get this half washed, but I'll show you where we're at right now. We just have them the ends snapped off, and then we broke them into the size of pieces that we wanted, and I have them soaking in just cold water and a splash of vinegar. I'm just going to kind of rinse them off a little bit, drain the water, rinse them again, and then I'll show you where we go from here. By the change of clothing, it is the next day. We ended up snapping all of the beans, and then my husband came home from work early, and so we decided to do something fun with him, and so we washed all the beans after snapping them, put them into bags, and put them in the fridge for overnight. And so it's the next morning, and we're just picking up where we left off. So I'll show you what I've got going on right now, and then I will put you up on a the thing that holds the camera. I can't think of what it's called. I can't think of what it's called. My mind is drawing a complete blank. So a tripod, that's what I'm going to put you on, and let you see the process from there. So right now, I've got my jars in the sink. They're already clean jars, but I'm going to go ahead and rinse them with hot water just to make sure. I've got my towel set up right here to put the clean jars on. I've got my beans right here ready to go in the jars. I've got a pot of water boiling to put over them, and a kettle just in case I didn't have enough with the pot, because I'll also need some for the seals. And then I've got my canner set up right here, and then I have another one that I'm getting ready to go get out of the van. And so that's kind of what I've got set up right now, and I'll walk you through step by step and show you how we're doing it. I have my first canner filled with about 2.5 inches of water, hot water, and a splash of vinegar because we have a well, and so the glasses can get kind of this white residue on them if you don't put a splash of vinegar in here. So that is ready, and I'm going to put it on the stove and get the beans in there and pick up from there. Beans in. This one I've already got going. This one is in the beginning stage. So basically I have my jars in there. My seal is underneath the canner lid. It's been tightened and I have it on high. And I'm just waiting. The steam just started coming out of the top of this. So when it gets to that point, I know that in 10 minutes I need to put the weight on it. And I'm going to put it on at 10 pounds of pressure. This one I already have the weight on. It's at 10 pounds of pressure. And I'm just waiting for it to start rocking. Once it starts rocking, then I'll set the timer for 25 minutes, and these will be ready to be turned off in 25 minutes, and then I'll just let it cool completely down before I take them out. So that's where we're at. Alright, so this is kind of what we want. It rocks for a second and then stops for a few seconds, and then rocks for a second and then stops for a few seconds. And I found that on our stove, it's about on a, looks like a medium heat is kind of the magic number there. I might turn it up just a tiny bit more, but I'm pretty happy with this. I've got the first batches done over here. These two batches have done their rocking. They did their rocking for 25 minutes, which is the time that you're supposed to pressure can quarts of green beans for. And so after the 25 minutes was up, I turned the stove off, and these actually sat overnight. It's not necessary to let them sit overnight, but it is necessary to let them sit for a good long while for all the pressure to release. What you don't want to do is take this off as soon as you're done and let the pressure release that way, because it can cause your jars to explode. I know for a fact that can happen. So you don't want to do that. So now it's been overnight. It's still warm, but the pressure has definitely released out of there. And we'll open this up. And ta-da! Green beans. And we'll probably do this a couple more times throughout the season to get us good and stocked up for winter. But super easy. I've canned quite a few things, but never green beans before, so I was pretty impressed with how easy this was, especially considering the things that I have canned are beans, black beans, chicken, bone broth, stuff like that. That usually takes a lot longer to can and is a little bit more time consuming, especially the chicken. So there we go. And I'll put a complete step-by-step direction printed in the down bar below, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Stick around for more.